I'm live, right? I'm right? Right? I'm visible? I can see the game. I've decided to get darker screen. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Gonna hit like, and I'm gonna pull that. I'm not gonna be counting the encounters live. I'm going to do it when I get rid of some Pokemon, like every time I get rid of my Onix. That's what it's gonna be. That text is kind of annoyingly set up at the top here. I'm gonna just, if I tip this. How's that? Is that better? I should probably put my live preview of what it looks like. That's a little better. Yeah, it's a little better, especially like if I lean back, I'm fine. But, so you might be wondering, hey, why are you doing this? What is the point of doing this? And the answer is because I want to. I think it's more interesting than shiny hunting. Especially considering in this game, like shiny hunting, you just kind of run around and something shows up eventually. But in this one, you kind of have to reset the spawns. It's complex. It is still tedious as all hell. I've actually been doing this for a while now. Let me open up my Pokedex and I'll show you. I've caught 242 Onix. So, I'm actually almost at odds. I've been at this for a while. I haven't done it too recently, but, you know, I have two in my party right now. These. Oh. Not you. What? Okay. There we are. So these two are my smallest and largest that I've caught. I actually... So, an interesting thing about the odds in this, so it's just a 0 to 255 slider that determines the scale of your Pokemon. So if you have a Pokemon size 0, you'll get the smallest height value possible. Get a Pokemon size 255, you'll get the biggest. Alpha Pokemon are also size 255, but they're like a different type of size 255. Basically, there's an alpha variable that's like, oh, are you an alpha? If yes, click check. And so when that's checked, he's sitting and he's taller than that one. But yeah, when the alpha mark is checked, it sets their height to 255, the maximum value, but it doesn't give them the maximum height because it overrides it. And that's just kind of a dummy variable saying, hey, it's big. So an alpha Onix, which I don't have, actually, is in fact smaller than a max height Onix. This Onix here is larger than an alpha Onix. And he's perfectly normal. He's just a normal Onix. So what I'm trying to do is get the biggest possible one. Because I want to, and it sounds fun. The only Pokemon I'm keeping in my party that do this. Why am I not? Well, the only Pokemon in my party is going to be Miturin. And Miturin is my Alpha Carnivine, because I like Carnivine, and I haven't had a chance to really use my Carnivine in this playthrough, so come with me. Look at these two. Wildly different sizes. Like, look at that. Like, they're still big, but very different. So I'm going to go talk to the guy here. And I'm going to go put the two that I have back. I've been just putting them in kind of like an empty pasture that I've got right here. And actually, a cool note, I have a standard height Onix. Like, this is an actual default height. 28 feet, 10 inches tall. That is default Onix height. So I actually do have a normal-sized Onix. I just want to have a big one. And, you know, if I get a little one along the way, that's fun too. But I'm mostly here to get a big one. This is spoilers for Scarlet and Violet, but if you play those games, you will know this does not impact those games. I can't remember the path I take. This? Yeah. So let's get to here. I'm trying to remember. I think, do I bonk them first? Oh my god, there's no Onyxes here. They've been replaced with Trimeco, I think. Is it Trimeco o'clock? Do I have to do this during the day only? Alright, we're gonna go back to camp. Look, I haven't done this in a little while, so I want to rest, and I'm gonna rest until, let's go until morning. So usually it's a safe bet if you go until like nighttime and then come back the next day. You are safe to get the respawns. If you are trying to catch the respawn and it's like morning still, it won't respawn. I don't know what it is. It will just reset the morning you're on, I guess. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I've been mostly using heavy balls. Oh, there's one. He looks pretty big. Alright. That's a pretty big one. Not bad. There should be a second one. Oh, there he is. Oh, he looks small. I got a little one here. Okay, apparently if I throw crunchy salt, that's what he eats. Nope, didn't care. He saw me. Ow. He's too big still. Okay, good enough. I'm gonna get better at it as I go. You know, obviously, it takes a little while to get good at it. So I'm just gonna go back camp now. I got them all. Let's rest. I'm gonna rest until midday, and then I'm gonna rest until morning again. And that should trigger the respawns. And then I'm gonna just like do this for a while, and then I'm gonna check and see what height my Pokemon are. So that's kind of how I do this. This is an interesting fact, I guess, is that with Onix, there are basically literally every possible height value will get you a different height meters. So, well, inches won't necessarily mean finding the right one is a 1 in 255 chance. Like, it should be close enough. Like, I don't know. I'm not providing exact math here. Don't question it. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. You know, I'm just catching stuff. Like, I put some math in the... Okay. I put some math down below, but the math is not, like, 100% accurate. There are other factors involved that I did not account for. Because I'm not smart enough to do that. The main factor being, there's a lot of possible heights that are the same height in feet and inches. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'm not spotted, so I can leave, right? We're just gonna keep at this. You know, we're gonna do this the normal way. Wait, let me make sure that this guy's not on the wrong pasture. Let's see my Pokemon. Okay, so yeah, we should go to the new pasture so that they go there. So, we're gonna go until midday again. We're gonna go till morning again, and then we'll have new ones. This is the process. This is how you do it. But yeah, this is not for Scarlet and Violet. Like, I'm getting Violet. I probably, you know, maybe they'll show up in DLC, but I know for a fact Onix is not in the base game. Confirmed to not be in the base game, which is like mildly disappointing for me because I was like, oh man, I want to catch one that's really big and I'm gonna put it in Violet because come on, every game has Onix. They put Onix in Sword and Shield, you know, they'll put Onix in it. They did not, but that's okay. You know, we don't need it. Yeah, maybe they'll put them in DLC or something. They didn't give me Beedrill, specifically Weedle. I wanted the Weedle more than I wanted the Beedrill. What are you doing up there, bud? You know what? I should stop wasting those and just start. Just start throwing balls. Okay, successfully caught. Onix, you good, buddy? Okay, he spotted me. You've seen nothing. I'm like a ghost. Alright. And then we just keep doing this for a while, and then we're going to take a look and see what the largest size we can get is. But yeah, lots of leaks in Scarlet and Violet. I'm not going to talk heavily about them because I do not want to. You know, I think spoilers, if you're trying to dodge them, they do suck. So I don't want to spoil the game for anyone who's watching this. But I will say I am in love with a lot of the new Pokemon. I think this is one of the best gens we've had as far as like a batch of new Pokemon goes. And like I liked some of Sword and Shields and like some of Sun and Moons, but this batch, phenomenal. There has not been a better batch of Pokemon in a long time. Okay, Buckaroo. These seem pretty small too. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. I think it's gonna be a great time. Just like seeing what has been leaked. You know, I've been dodging story spoilers, but I've been looking at like new Pokemon, new moves, new abilities. And I'm pretty excited for the most part. I think, you know, they really outdid themselves with Oopsies. I'm just gonna leave. And then I'm gonna go back. There we go. But yeah, I think they've outdone themselves. Like, easily some of the best stuff that they've had in a long time. Not saying that the stuff that they've had recently has been bad, but like, there's some good stuff here. And I am excited for everyone to check it out. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah. Also, not a spoiler, not talking about the leaks anymore, but I think my go-to plan right now is that for my Nuzlocke, I'm going to switch starters. Still an alpha? Are you still an alpha? Did you just spawn a second alpha? Are you normal? But, yeah, with, what was I saying? Oh, with my starter plans for Scarlet and Violet in the Nuzlocke versus my like main save. My main save, I am going Fuecoco 100%. One of my favorite starter designs in forever. Like, very good. You know. Oh, that still hit. Didn't get a back strike, but got it. But yeah, like I love Fuecoco a lot, so having that in my main save is just going to be a given. So I'm going to try not to have Fuecoco in my Nuzlocke save. I think I'm going to go Quaxley. I'd been kind of debating between Sprigatito and Quaxley for a while. Like which one would be kind of like my default unless someone in chat says, hey, pick this one. But I think I'm going to go with Quaxley. And I think that'll be good. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Sprigatito is kind of the weakest of the three, kind of like basic looking, I guess. I don't know. Like he's kind of simple. I used to not like Quaxley as much, but I think it's a design that's kind of grown on me. And then, you know, just like it was kind of like a slow burn process. But like now, that you know, now that I've had a while to think on it, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Obviously, if someone in chat says, "Hey, I want you to pick Sprigatito," I'm not gonna say no. If someone says I want you to pick Fuecoco, I'm gonna say no because I already have one. Don't need it. And then, if there is like a wonder trading system in the game, I do plan to do a wonder lock someday for these games. And I think doing that. My Wonderlock plan is to pick, you know, whichever one I didn't pick and then send it off. Kind of like what I did with Sword and Shield, how I did Sobble in my main save, Grookey in my Nuzlocke save, and then I did a Cinderace, or not Cinderace, I did a Scorbunny in my final like Wonderlock save. So I'm gonna be doing that again, I think. And then that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, get hyped, get ready. I'm excited because I took some days off work to be able to play the game more. So that like I'm going to be off like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So my Wednesday stream next week will be coming on another day off, just like this Friday stream is. I don't know that it's going to mean I'm going to do it earlier in the day versus later in the day, but... Alright. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Game's coming out next week. It doesn't feel like it's been, you know, all that long since it was announced. Granted, it really hasn't been. It was announced kind of late. Big surprise. And even when it was announced, I was like, oh, there's no way this comes out this year. They just released a game this year, the start of the year. Nope. Nope, it's coming out this year. Wow, hi Cam. I'm gonna go straight to you. But yeah, I don't know, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a good time. This is spoilers. More Pokemon than we've seen in a while. I'm not gonna say how many. I'm not gonna say how much more, but more new Pokemon than they've had in any of the like more recent games, I would say. Granted, I am kind of counting like regional variants and stuff like that, but I'm also counting those for those other games too. So, that's exciting. I love having a lot of new Pokemon. I think my favorite strategy, and I don't think they're gonna do this like any time again, because it did not go well initially. But I think Unova had it the right way. I love having like a ton of new Pokemon and having almost no returning Pokemon in the region. Granted, especially with them removing the national dex for the most part, I don't think they're ever going to do that. And with how people were not a huge fan of it when they did it. God, how'd you... Eagle Eyes. Not a very easy... Oh my god. Not a very easy area to sneak up on someone in. Gotta say. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're never gonna see like a Unova situation happen again, where they give us a ton of new Pokemon and like almost no returning ones in the region. I think it's awesome because I loved how refreshing that was, where it was like every route I went to, there was something I hadn't ever gotten to use in another game. And like I do love regions that pull from existing lines and like from past generations. Like, don't get me wrong, but God, it was something different in Black and White. And then Black and White 2 had these like crazy spawns. Like Riolu was super early in the game. Like, you know, you would get these like super cool, ridiculous spawns, just like right at the start. And it was a super fun like way to do it. I don't know. I think that was like awesome. So I think if they ever were to release another game where they basically have nothing that's returning, and then when they release like their DLC or whatever, I'm not good at sneaking up on these guys. Granted, there's like nowhere to sneak. Oh. Oh, he's doing the thing where he's locked on me. Oh my god, everything is happening. Should just make the swift balls or whatever if it wants to just go. Get him quick. I think I'm gonna check soon. I don't think I've, like, you know, I obviously haven't hit, like, 30, but I'm just gonna check them soon, because I've caught quite a few, and then we'll see how that looks. But yeah, obviously, this encounter count, as I said, I'm not updating it live. That would be a lot of updating. I'd be updating it twice every run, so I'm just gonna be kind of chilling over here until I take a look, and then once I do that, I'll go through and update everything and make sure it's all pretty. So, Yeah, I think I'll call it a first run when I hit a level up for Mitsurian. Oh, I'm being attacked. I can't go. You know what? Mitsurian. Stop him. Oh, well, that made Mitsurian level up. So I guess I'll just call that a first run, and we'll go take a look. Alright. I want to see my Pokemon. Okay, so I caught 5, 17, 20? Did I catch exactly 20? That's 12, 15, yeah, 20. Okay. So I'm gonna update my counter here. 20. So we've got 33'5". That's pretty big. I'm gonna grab my reference sheet. Okay. 24'9" is pretty small. Okay, I was like, oh my god, 8'3". How did I do it? Okay, so it's none of the ones in there. 24'1" is pretty small. I have 2 that are that small. That's crazy. $23.4. That might be my smallest. Wait, okay. So I don't think I had any that broke 34 on this run. And my current largest is 34.2. So let's just take a quick comparison here. 24.5, 23.4. Look at that. It's so much smaller. Weighs more. So this is my new smallish. That's pretty small. So I'm going to put the old smallish in here. 23.4. That is 3 inches too tall to be the shortest possible. Crazy. And that's one of the other fun things is, like, with shinies, there's only one thing you're looking for. With this, there's like 2 to 3 depending on how you look at it. I'm just looking at height, and I'm looking for standard height, smallest height, maximum height. I have standard height, so I'm just looking for the others. So I'm gonna just grab these guys. Here, I'm just gonna yeet them. And then we're gonna release those ones. So that's what it looks like to catch 20. Took me about 30 minutes. That's fine. Yeah, just... Oh, wait, I should probably reset. What's something I want to do? I want to buy... I'm gonna buy, like, some of these. They are expensive, but I bought a ton. No, it's spoiled apricorns or anything. That's okay. Gonna rest till midday, and then I'm going to rest till morning. And we'll keep at it. We're gonna keep on looking. Yeah, this is a long process. Finding a big boy. I don't know what else to call this because there's no catchy name like shiny hunting for catching big Pokemon. You know, like what am I XL hunting? What am I doing? Alright, we're gonna just bonk. He broke out, didn't he? He did. It's gonna seem like I didn't get the catch jingle. And, you know, sure, I could, like, do this in, like, a different way that might be, like, a little more efficient. Like, if I found, like a mass outbreak or something. But, here's the deal. Those suck. I think... I don't understand how anyone shiny hunts anything during those, because it's, like, especially like the mass outbreaks. They are random. They are so hard to find. They are, like, rare... The Pokemon are random. You don't know where you're looking to find any specific thing. Even a normal mass outbreak is rare and random. So it's just like, I don't know. I think it was not a fun system. It's not fun to reset it. It's not fun to find the right one. Like, I don't know. It's just all around. I think mass outbreak system is at least not for me. Well, hey there, buddy. Alright, back to camp. Alright, midday, and then we go to morning again. Alright. Do I want to rest until morning? Oh no, I did want to go until morning. I am a fool. I thought I had not done the first rest, and then I was like, ooh. But meanwhile, I had just woken up. This is why I saved multiple times. I can't remember what I hit. I have the memory of a goldfish. Speaking of which, that made me think of, like, Goldeen. Not that Goldeen's necessarily in Scarlet and Violet. I just thought of, like, what Goldeen would look like in an art style that has, like, that gives it scales. And I think that's awesome. I think that's an awesome image. We need that. So, if Goldeen is not in Scarlet and Violet at the start, it better be in the DLC. I haven't looked to see if it's in there. It's not one that I cared enough to look and see. Are you in the returning list of Pokemon? You know, it's just Goldeen, but I don't know. I feel like Goldeen would be sick. Having, like, the bump mapping and stuff that these Pokemon have, like, the displacement maps and stuff, too. Like, I don't know. I think it would look awesome. Alright, I am going to head back. Yeah, I think this game... A lot of people like to say, like, oh, this game looks so bad. I'm like, I don't know. I think there's some elements of the game's visual, like, kind of artistic choices that I'm not a huge fan of. Like, I don't like the shiny ground thing that they've got going on. I don't get it. I don't really like it. It looks kind of gross. It makes the entire ground look like wet and oily all the time. And I'm not a huge fan of that. But like, I love the cell shading. A lot of people aren't a fan of the cell shading in this game. I love it. I think it looks awesome. It's really pretty. I'm a sucker for cell shading in video games. And I think it looks really good in this. I just wish the ground didn't look so glossy. It looks kind of weird that way. I was able to run behind it. But like, I think for the most part, this game's pretty nice to look at. I know a lot of people didn't like how Sword and Shield looked. I think Sword and Shield, for the most part, looks even, I would argue, better than this game in some cases. I don't like its cell shading as much, like the way they handled it. I don't like its like Fresnel effect that it has on like every Pokemon and like every character. But I don't know, I think really a lot of the Pokemon games on Switch, a lot of people, you know, kind of discount them and go like, oh, they don't look as good as like the likes of like Breath of the Wild or like the Xenoblade games, like, you know, Dragon Quest, Monster Hunter, like all of these games that look like really phenomenal on the Switch. They look way better, but it's like, I don't know, at the end of the day, I think these games are fine. Like, sure, they could be better. Sure, you might expect them to be better given the size of their budgets. Or not even the size of their different budgets, but like the size of what realistically could be their budget, considering they are, you know, massive franchise games. But like at the same time, I don't know. I don't think it's that big a deal. I think they look good. I actually haven't seen any of Hazbin Hotel or Hell of a Boss. My wife has watched both. And at some point she is going to like get me to watch with her through the whole series. She like really wants to. I'm kind of like neutral on them. There was like this whole like thing I've tried to like kind of distance myself from, which was like there was like a sort of like a cancellation movement on Vivzie herself, and like as a result, I've just been like, I don't know, it's kind of like tainted anything she's touched in a while. Not even that it was like necessarily like super bad. I don't even remember fully what it was, but you know how it is, like, you know, someone like comes out here trying to like cancel someone over like something, and it just like leaves a bad taste in your mouth when you think about it. And it's like, it's kind of like that for me right now. I'm just trying to like give it some time to like wear off, because from what I understand, like it was mostly like stupid like bullshit claims from what I understand. I could be wrong, but I don't know. As from what I remember, it died down because it was kind of like a nothing burger attempt to like cancel it, but it's just like, I don't know. It like sits in the back of your mind and is like, you shouldn't enjoy this thing. So it's like, yeah. But I would love to watch it at some point. Once my brain has sort of like had enough distance. I'm like, okay, no, you're good now. You can check it out. It's just like anything that has like a lot of like stigma on it, unless I'm like obsessed with it going in, like it just kind of like, it hurts your experience, you know. And that's really what like a lot of people who are trying to like cancel a celebrity or a show, like you know, someone making something like an artist or something, like anytime someone's trying to like cancel them, you know, at the end of the day, like the goal is to make it so that people won't be able to. Oh, it's an alpha. He can't be big enough. All right, you can't be big enough, so I'm just gonna kill you. But yeah, I like, you know, I've kind of like lost to, I guess, the battle that the people trying to not watch, like Has-Been Hotel and like Hello Boss were trying to do. I have been hit with the like cancel that they tried to achieve, but I don't know. I'll definitely come to it at some point, like and actually take a seat and watch it all. Just giving it some time. You know how it is. It's like I kind of get the same thing with something that's like super overhyped. If I'm not already part of that hype, I'll like kind of like go, oh, I don't really care about this. I don't wanna watch this. I'm gonna sit back and like do my own thing because I'm cool like that. And that thing's stupid and too popular. But then like eventually I'll like kind of have had enough time for that to go away, and then I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna check it out. I heard this was good, and then I'll go like actually watch it, you know, or whatever. I'm trying to think of like an example of that off the top of my head. I kind of had that with like Over the Garden Wall was a big example. I do not watch it, not yet. Someday I will. But after the initial like early into like Has-Been Hotel and early into, it might have even been before Hell of a Boss. It might have just been when Has-Been Hotel was done. There were like some like attempts to cancel it, but super often like kind of, you know, paint her in a bad light, and it kind of like soured the interest I had. He's still spinning. He's still spinning. Did he not? Just gonna throw it. But yeah, I don't know. It's like a similar effect to what happened with like Over the Garden Wall, and I eventually did watch it, and I think I will say I found it to be not as good as most people felt it was. I think it was good, but I wouldn't call it like a magnum opus of a of a show. I've still been doing that with like Steven Universe. That's another example. Like, you know, there's such a hype fandom around something where I'm just like gonna keep a distance for a while. Has-Been Hotel actually kind of ran into both of those, but there's like a really dedicated fan base, and at the same time there's like a really there was an initial push to like shut it down before it really got off on its own feet. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when I get to it. Oh, it'll try. Yeah, any fandom, especially niche fandoms or fandoms that think they're niche. That's the big one. It doesn't even have to be a niche show or anything like that. Just as long as the fan base thinks that it's niche, you will never escape the toxicity that comes from it. It is incessant. And it's not even a fandom thing. I think it's just like anytime you see yourself as like a bit of an outcast or an out-group member, like you're not part of the mainstream group, you kind of form this like toxic understanding of it where it's like, no, I'm right. Everyone who's not interested in this has bad taste. And obviously, this isn't everyone, but when you get really engaged with like a community, that'll be what people do. They'll start kind of like gatekeeping a lot more. That's why like nerdy groups in general have always had like the struggle with gatekeeping, because they've always been made up of people who exclusively see themselves as like a bit of an outcast. You know, like someone who, you know, they didn't like the things everyone else liked, like sports. They wanted to read comics or, you know, watch anime. And, you know, anything like that, you get this sort of sense of like above it all, like holier than thou, like identity. And it's like, it's not founded. So like Has-Been Hotel especially, like Hell of a Boss is a little larger because it has more episodes. Has-Been Hotel though, it's a little more insular. Like it's still Vivzy Pop's overall fandom, but it's a little smaller. It's a little more niche. There's room there. There's room there for things to get more toxic. You know, like you remember like Undertale. Like Undertale had like the craziest fandom for a while, and like people are like who are fans of it are still like pretty strong fans, but like, people would sit there and be like, you are playing the game the wrong way, you need to play it this way first. And obviously that's like a very vocal fan base, but people would just come out of the woodworks. The Dream fan base is massive, but they feel like everyone's out to get them. Because if you're not a part of the Dream fan base, you usually don't care about Dream, and they kind of like take that as like something offensive. You know, it's a bit of an offense. You don't know who Dream is, that you don't watch Dream, you don't know about the Dream SMP. You know, like it's interesting. It's an interesting thing psychologically, and I think that, yeah, it happens. Anytime anything gets a fandom, inevitably there's going to be a toxic side. I think smaller fandoms are more vulnerable to it, because I think the toxic side in a fandom will almost always be the same size. Like, it's always pretty small. And if something has like millions upon millions of fans, the toxic fan base is still like maybe hundreds or thousands. They're like extra dedicated, they're extra vocal. I could be completely wrong on that. It could just be that, you know, there's always this percentage of the fandom that sucks. But, you know, when you have 2% of the fan base that sucks and there's only 100 fans, that's 2 people. When it's, you know, 1 million fans, there's like 980,000 people that don't suck. You know, so it's a lot harder to hear those like 2,000 that do. Oh, so that was a pretty small one. That might be the new smallest. I'm out here finding the smallest frickin' encounters when I'm looking for the biggest. Alright. Do I rest a little while? Yes, I do. I rest till midday. I have no idea how many I've caught. I'm not counting. I'll count when I get to check next. I am under 100 heavy balls. That's something. So I'm gonna just... that's another 2. Alright, I'm gonna go to midday, and then I'm gonna go in until morning. Alright. What's my next upgrade? Go up. Go on, you can do it. Yes, okay. Did not catch that one, so I'll run back and do it again. How are we looking? Okay, we're getting there. I don't know why I keep going to this guy. I just need to leave. I've already rested. I don't need to talk to him. Oh. Keep messing this up. Bonk. I'm getting like 300 per catch, so I should be there after like a couple more. We are pushing an hour soon, so we're almost to the same amount of time, but I've been catching them quicker now. Because I've given up on sneaking. So we'll see how that goes. Midday into morning again. I've been getting quick. There we go. One thing I will say I'm kind of worried about with Scarlet and Violet is the Nuzlocke ability of, because like in this game, I treated each of these names as like an encounterable location. So I got a ton of encounters in this game that I do not get in that game. Unless there are a ton of titles to locations. So that's something I will be looking at doing like the first day. Kind of like the same thing I did with this game is before streaming it, I went through and I made like this whole... of course. I know, you're a higher chance than it is that I get anything else. You're the highest chance for any individual height of Onix. Well, that was a level up, so time to go check the boxes. Okay, we caught a lot more. We got 32. So that's 52 encounters. I'm just going to go ahead and update this to 52. So, current smallest was what? It was like a 23.4? Yeah, okay. So it has to be quite small to be smaller. 36, that ain't it. That ain't it. Okay, I did loop back. Okay, none of them are larger or smaller. So I think I'm gonna do that like one more time in this stream, and then we'll call that a hunt for the day. You know, this is one of those things where it's like, worst case scenario, I don't ever find one that is max height, and I'm sad, but it's not that big a deal. Like, come on, it's just a big Onix. Like, it would be fun, I know, but it's not vital. You know. All right. Back on the hunt I go. So yeah, I think I'll just do this next batch as like a half-hour hunt. And then if that goes anywhere, it goes. If it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't go anywhere. Okay. Oh, wrong rest. Wrong rest. I took a quick rest. I need to go till midday. Oh my god, you know what? I'm realizing my chat is wrong. I don't know what's been up with my chat lately. I just like need to refresh the cache before it shows anything, and I don't know why that is. Because like that wasn't happening for a while. Like it was happening for a while, then it stopped happening for a while, and then now it's happening again. So I apologize that none of the chat messages that have come in have popped up on the side. I just refreshed the cache, so I'm hoping it'll start popping up soon. Well, it's still taking its time. Okay, I'm gonna go to the properties, and I am going to refresh the cache. Because usually it does send all of the previously sent messages in. But I'm not seeing them. Why am I not seeing them? Chat, why are you broken? I send one myself. Why is my chat broken? Like, I don't know what would be happening with it. Well, I'll have to get that fixed. I'm sorry, anyone who's been in chat and not seen their messages pop up. That is unfortunate. I've been unaware until this now. I didn't catch that it was not working. So, I will try to figure out why it's not doing it right. And then I will be back tomorrow, hopefully, with a functioning chat window. I don't know what's going on. Alright. Well, I'm gonna say that's a Streamlabs issue. If OBS refreshing it didn't fix it, it might be an issue with Streamlabs itself. That's my guess. But something's up with Streamlabs. And it has resulted in my chat not working. Who knows? I don't know. Like, it wouldn't be like a stream key issue, because like I'm literally streaming. So it can't be that. So I don't know. I don't know what it could be. But it is annoying. Quite a bit to me. Alright. Got stuck. Alright, there we go. Oh, I will. Can I get that from here? I don't think so. Nope. Okay. I was curious. Okay. Trying to think. There's a one thing I will say. It's a little bit spoilery. But I think the idea, which, to be fair, this has been announced through Wiglet. I think the idea of like convergent evolution being introduced to Pokemon as like, oh, this Pokemon looks a lot like this Pokemon and it has the same name, but they're entirely unrelated instead of like a regional form. I still think that's like the coolest thing. I think that's one of my favorite concepts introduced with Scarlet and Violet. And I'm really excited to be able to explore and find Pokemon that are like that, you know? I think it's just like really cool. I hope that, you know, it's kind of treated like Galarian forms and like Alolan forms were, where when, or I guess specifically Galarian forms, where when they added the DLC for the Isle of Armor, they introduced new Galarian forms. I hope that they do something similar with Scarlet and Violet, where it's like, oh, here's some DLC, and there's like some new forms of like these Pokemon that, or like some new Pokemon that look like these Pokemon rather. I think that would be super cool. I would love to see that. I run away. Okay, fam. He stirs in his sleep. Something has made him sneeze. Oh, you know what? That trailer wasn't out yet. There is something new I can talk about from Scarlet and Violet that I haven't had a chance to talk about. I posted about it, and then I forgot that I'd never streamed after the announcement. Scarlet and Violet having Great Tusk and Iron Treads, which are Pokemon that, if you saw the trailer and the massive amount of press that the Pokemon Company gave them, you would know, are very Dawn fan-like. Super cool. Love that concept. Great Tusk, I will admit, looks way cooler than Iron Treads, but alas, I am getting Violet, and Iron Treads is Violet. So I don't get Great Tusk. But that's okay. I suspect that there's like a bit of breeding, or you can find multiple, so I'll be able to like trade with someone at some point and like get the other one. But I think it's a really fun sort of thing. Because if I had to guess, This is something that's been hinted at with Koraidon and Miraidon looking a lot like Cyclizar. And that's that there are futuristic Pokemon and there are ancient Pokemon. And if you look at the titles, they suggest a little bit of time difference. So, like, the fact that not only does the game have Koraidon, like in Scarlet, but it has Great Tusk, which both of them kind of suggest that they are past themed Pokemon at the least. And then with like Violet having those with having those of its own, Miraidon, Iron Thread or Iron Treads. I think it's really cool, and especially considering we've seen that like Donphan itself is in game, so there's these alternate versions of Donphan that are in game that appear to be like boss fight level things, which is also super cool because like Donphan's awesome, and I love the idea of Donphan getting some love, especially in the form of like these two really cool looking Pokemon that are inspired by it. So, that's awesome. I think that's cool. I'm excited to see how it's handled in game and to play. I just want the game, guys. Like I'm waiting as patiently as I can. The fact that I have 2 days of work next week, and then I have 2 days of waiting after that, I am going to be fiending for these games by the time that they do finally release. If you can't tell, I'm already fiending for these games. Oh, you seem small. This is a small one. I've had a few small ones. I will admit, I feel like more small ones than large ones. And I'm not happy because I want a big boy. I am big boy hunting. Stop giving me little boys. I want big boys. The little boys are cute. I want the big boys, though. Give me big Onix. Little Onix cute. Big Onix cool. I want the cool. I'm here for the cool one. The Giganto Boy, so that I can evolve him and have my own cool Giganto Boy. It's all like steely and shit. That's what I want. The game is determined to give me a bunch of little tiny Onix that are like under 25 feet tall or something. And I just want the tall one. I am out here looking for a long boy. A big ol' snake. See, that's like mid-size. That's not that big. This guy's not cute. I want cute. You are small as well. Bigger than the last small one, I thought. But you are also small. I swear, if during this stream I find the smallest possible one, I am gonna lose it. I am gonna lose it, because that is not what I am here to find. Another cool thing. They showed in some like official like promo screenshots after they had the newest trailer. They showed Scyther, Caesar, and Cleavor all in the game together. And Cleavor looks so good, guys. Like I literally have said since I saw Cleavor in this game, dude looks a little simple. Like, where is he? He's probably up. I had to guess. There he is. Like, he doesn't look very good in this. I love how his stone looks. I think the rest of his body looks a little... Meh. Like, this style doesn't suit him well. Seeing this thing in Scarlet and Violet style, amazing. And then another one, Caesar. And this style, like, he's kind of like glossy, but he's not really like metallic. He is like, if you've seen the Magnemite, he looks like that. He is metallic. And this is the first time Caesar has looked that way since, like, what, like, oh, 242 is only the number of what? I am a fool. I am a fool. So it was not near. What am I at now? 216. So I'm almost at odds now. Cool. We found it. But yeah, like, Caesar looks awesome. It takes me back to Pokemon Stadium 2. Because if you haven't seen Pokemon Stadium 2, like, Caesar looks like metallic. I don't know how else to describe it. Like, bro's made of metal. Like, he do be wearing a metal coat. Whoops. This looks cool. So it's really cool to see him looking like that again. It's awesome. I love the materials I've seen so far in Scarlet and Violet. I think they look really good. I think this game's looked really good as far as, like, bump maps and, like, normal maps went. But the actual, like, material textures that they applied to things are pretty minimal. It's mostly just bump mapping. And I think the bump maps are great, don't get me wrong. I think they are phenomenal, but I think they're actually, sorry. One, they would be normal maps, and two, I believe they're actually not normal maps in this. I believe they are displacement maps, based on what they said. But it could be still a normal map. But, like, the normal maps in this game are great, and I love them, but they are so textured. Like, the Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet are so textured, and I am here for it. I love that. They look awesome. You know, it's like, it's not new Pokemon Snap levels, but they have better models than new Pokemon Snap, which is nice. I would love to see, like, more games using these, like, new models that they've got. They're very nice. I do like them a lot, and I love that new people are, like, picking up on a piece of, like, normal maps and, like, all of these things that, you know, they did use normal maps, like, in the 3DS era and stuff, but, like, seeing them use them even more is really cool. Because they were only on, like, some Pokemon got normal mapping. Like, Greninja had, like, normal maps. But, like, not every Pokemon had, like, a detailed normal map at all. So it's really cool to see that being used pretty heavily. With these either, like, normal or, like, displacement maps that they have in, like, this game and in Scarlet and Violet. I don't know. I'm gonna be looking at these Pokemon a lot. I'm gonna be staring at them. I'm gonna be, like, poring over the, like, Pokedex and just staring, being like, oh my god, this thing, look at its, like, claws. They're so cool. Its teeth are very toothy. Wow. And my wife is gonna be looking at me like, okay. I'm gonna, like, run up to him and be like, look at his teeth! They're so toothy! And she'll be like, yep. And then I'll, like, run off and keep playing. A shiny? You weren't what I was looking for! You weren't what I was looking for! How is it that I found a shiny first? Even with the fact that this game has baby easy shiny odds. I am at quadruple odds shinies on Onix. It's level 10. Even with that, unbelievable. I had better have found the max height one by now, because the odds on finding that are literally higher. They were literally higher. Okay. Back at it. I'm gonna be extra salty if I manage to find a second one in the last, like, 10 minutes of me hunting. Extra salty. There's no... Alright, back to camp. I could rest at him, but I'm going to rest here because it's faster than talking to a guy and then saying I would like to rest first. Alright. Another alpha. Okay. Heading up for some of the last ones. Aboard the catching train, everybody. You're out there, big. And I will be keeping the shiny. I'm not going to like transfer the shiny away just out of spite for not being a max or minimum size Onix. But still, that's just funny. I wonder how easy it'll be to like cycle encounters in Scarlet and Violet. Because one thing I do feel is I feel like they're probably going to use a similar spawning style for this game. Personally, I would prefer a spawn style more like Sword and Shield. I think Sword and Shield perfected the overworld spawn, like coming from like having them spawn in the tall grass, having them go boop and leave the tall grass. That was ideal to me. I think that was awesome, and you know, in caves you can do it a little differently. But I think having them do that was really good. And then like every time you interact with one, a new one will pop up in that empty spawn slot. I think this game, I don't like that you have to go and like reset spawns. You know, that if you caught a bunch of Pokemon really quickly and then went back through those areas, there's just no Pokemon in them anymore. I don't like that. I would like them to spawn so that like I could just sit there and continuously catch these Onix or something. But I also don't want each spawn of a Pokemon to be like a specific location can spawn this Pokemon or this Pokemon, you know, at these odds. I want to go to like a general area, and the grass there can spawn this Pokemon or this Pokemon or this Pokemon at these odds, you know. And then if I beat one of them, another Pokemon comes out, spawned from those same odds. Because, like, this game, there's a lot of cases of, you know, these Onix are always Onix. There's a 99.01% chance that an Onix spawns here of normal, non-alpha variety. And there is, last set, and there is a 0.99% chance that an alpha Onix spawns on one of those two spots, like for each of those. I don't like that as much. I think that's a little bit. Got to switch to morning. I'm not a huge fan. I gotta say, like, I think it works better if, you know, that spot can spawn Graveler, Onix, Rhyhorn, like whatever. You know. Trimeco, because there's a Trimeco up there. If it could spawn like at a low chance, like just a normal Steelix. And I think it makes it easier to like shiny hunt in this game because you just go to the area that has that thing, and oh, there it is! I found one. That thing. Steelix. It's gonna be the last act of this stream. I'm gonna beat the Alpha Steelix. Oh, he's going. He has Ice Whip. Got him. Okay. That's all of them. That's all of the ones I'm catching in this stream. So let's take a look and see what we got. So I'm going to take the shiny one out. I caught a lot. Okay, so we caught 30. 9 new ones? Okay. So what's 52 plus 39? Is that what, like 91? I think it's 91. I'm going to do a calculation to check. That is 91. So 91 encounters today. We'll check the ones in my party first. No. 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 And no. So I'm going to just release these 5 on their own first. Oh, I'm at 2. See my Pokemon. Boop. 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 $29, $27, $29, and $30. So those ones have been released. This one's gonna go to my rock box. Until I transfer it. Okay. So 29, 29, 31, 30, 24, 2, 26, 2, 30, 32, 29, 24, 24, 31, 23, 8, 31, 26, 29, 28, 26, 32, 25, 25, 33, 28, 21. Okay, I'm not quite done yet. Sorry, 29.1. Or, sorry, 29 and 1. 27, 29, 28, 26, 30, 29, 29, 31. Okay, so with that, I can confirm I did not. I got a shiny before I got a max or minimum size Onix. I actually didn't get any larger Onixes today. So. These are still my best ones that I've gotten. Unfortunate. Let's see what I get for that. These are, I think, every Onix that I've done this with, pretty much. 6 pages. Oh my god. Okay. Just got all the money I spent today back. How did I get something for Cleavor? I guess I used Cleavor at some point while I was out here. Okay. Cut 235. All right. So I'm gonna stay out here, but I'm going to be ending the stream here, I think. That was a good time, though. I enjoyed it. It was chill. It was relaxed. Did not find what I was looking for. I did find a shiny. That was cool. But with that, thank you so much if you joined me live or after the fact. Either way is cool with me as long as you had some fun. that said, I am going to go do human things as humans do, and you probably should too. I will see you again tomorrow. I will be doing a Splatfest stream, as tomorrow is a Splatfest. So yeah, I'll see you there for that. Next Wednesday, I'll be doing something. Don't know what it'll be, but I will be off that day, so I will most likely be doing something. So, anyways, thank you so much. I'm gonna leave now. Goodbye. Farewell. I'm dipping.